Lowfield just about to get things underway here for the second half, the Essex Senior League. The match between Hoddesdon Town and the Hashtag United. It was a good first half, and a good first half for the home side. They lead here by 2-1. Isaac before Jacobs and Jack Lee, which one that Isaac may well claim after the game. But Ross leads free kick 3 minutes before the break. Has meant it's game on here for the second half between two teams who've only lost once all season themselves. Both of them beaten on opening day, interestingly enough. Hoddesdon at Tapley and Hashtag United against Southend Manor. Hashtag United kicking from left to right. Linesman's flag goes up far side as Isaac before Jacobs gets himself into an offside position. Give you the two-team lineups when we get a break in play. It's going to be Luke Wilson, the number 5 for Hashtag. He's going to have to take it back to more or less right out of commentary position. We're almost on the halfway line here. Very back Lowfield. It's a long time since I've seen this many people here, which is great news, of course, for non-league day. Everybody has braved the conditions. Been none too perfect as the free kick headed out from the edge of the Hoddesdon area by Jack Lee will be threaded onto this near side for Hashtag United, but headed out by Aidan Gretchley to the edge of the area. Clearance completed up towards Isaac before Jacobs. And Evans loses out. Good tackle coming in from Liam Mulligan. Tries to send Connor Bolton on his bike down this left-hand side. But Sam Biles manages to get the clearance in and clear it off the Hoddesdon man. But certainly the two Hoddesdon wide men, Jordan Halls and Connor Bolton, have looked the better option. It was Simon Riddle who I'm sure will tell us after the match it was a tactical masterstroke in the first half. Swaps his two wide men. And Hoddesdon were in front within a couple of minutes. Got a free kick defender here. Some 10 yards inside their own half. Roskilde, the number 8 who scored the goal, will take it. Long kick forward. Ball comes off his line. Doesn't get there. And it's gone into the back of the net from Luke Wilson. Goalkeeper didn't get there. And Hashtag a level within 2 minutes of the restart here. Well, he'll ask questions of Aaron Bull. Came for it, didn't get it, and Wilson nipped the ball over the top of his head, and very much game on here at Lowfield at 2-2. So Hoddesdon will restart, and the Hashtag United have come from 2 behind. Last week, of course, we had 8 goals here. St Margaret's-Bury and Hoddesdon ended 4-4, and who's to say this one won't go the same way the way it's been going. 2-2 then. Throw to be taken on the halfway line by Sam Biles. Picks out Waller Lassen, but his ball is a poor one, only way to Jordan Halls on the far side. Martin, the left back, will put it a little bit further down the line for Harry Honesty, who wins a throw off of Jack Gibbs. Further down that line to Sunraj Gill. Honesty and Gibbs meet, shoulder to shoulder, and George Smith, well, thought he might have got a shot in from the inside the 6-yard box, but it was decent defending in the end, which allows Aaron Bull to take the goal kick from the goal away to our right. Gives us a chance to go through the team lineup. Hoddesdon, Aaron Bull in goal. Got a back 4 from left to right of Aidan Critchley, Jack Lee, Michael Elliott and Jack Gibbs. Aaron Ramthor and Scott Hayes are the anchoring midfield players. Connor Bolton on one side, Jordan Halls on the other, and Liam Mulligan are in that number 10 position behind Isaac before Jacobs. There's 4 changes from the team that conceded 4 here last week against St Margaret's-Bury as ball restarts. And the ball goes up in and on that far side. In fact, I'd say we've had a substitution on that far side since I've been talking that. It's like Jordan Halls has gone off. And he's been replaced by Cyrus Baby on that far side. He's come on wearing number 17. So early change for Simon Riddle's team. It's a free kick just shy of the halfway line. Luke Wilson, on that second goal, will take it. Finds Martin on that far side. Further down the touchline for Honesty. He's there with Jack Gibbs, keeps it in. Gleed, who's been a thorn in Hoddesdon's side, scored the equaliser, or scored the first goal rather, and set up the equaliser. Martin's cross from the far side, well headed out by Michael Elliott, and in the end it's Hoddesdon that will come forward with Connor Bolton, but we're going to have to go back because Aaron Ramthor had been pulled down and the referee tried to play the advantage, but to no avail, and so Hoddesdon will have themselves a free kick within inside their own area. Hashtag United this afternoon. Tim Pittman in goal, across the back four: Sam Biles, Luke Wilson, Fire Sano, Jack Martin. In central midfield, Ricky Evans the skipper and Ross Gleed, and then Jesse Waller-Larson behind the front three of Samraj Gill on the right, Harry Honesty on the left, and George Smith, their top scorer, up top, as Wilson returns the ball into the Hoddesdon half with interest. Ball's come out for it, hasn't got it, but in the end George Smith loses his footing. Goalkeeper got out of one there. The ball still hasn't gone out. Poor clearance, but Hoddesdon managed to get it clear. Mulligan moves it towards the halfway line, and he'll get it back again, the number 10. Breaks for Cyrus Baby. Baby's ball is far too far for anybody to catch up with. Isaac before Jacobs was making the run forward, but nothing doing. It's our 90-minute Saturday big match here in the Essex Senior League. And keeping you in touch also with what's happening with our other teams in action round and about. The FA Trophy, it was good news at the half-time where we're leading 2-1 at Whitstable. Oluwakensanya scoring 2 goals there, taking his season tally to 14. Sawbridgeworth were trailing at home to West Essex, but it was good news for St Margaret's-Bury. A real cracker of free kick for Ryan Reid, giving them a half-time lead at Sporting Bengal United. Hashtag coming forward, but in the end it was a wayward cross from Martin on that left-hand side, which allows Aaron Bolt to pick the ball up. All in green, the goalkeeper. Bowls it out to his left to Jack Lee. Lee's ball looking for Connor Bolton on this near side, but was never going to find him. Waller-Larson puts it back for Biles. Biles' ball, though, is seized on by Mulligan, and Hoddesdon have it back in an interesting position, but in the end Aaron Ramthor's ball couldn't find Mulligan, and the goalkeeper Tim Pittman will come out and collect it fairly comfortably for the visitors. 7 wins on the trot since they lost against Southend Manor on the opening day of the season. 1 in midweek as well. 3-2 away at Cockfosters when Jesse Waller-Larson, the man on the ball at the moment, got one of the goals. Here he is again. Waller-Larson carrying on, and his progress was impeded. Liam Mulligan screaming he went to get the ball, but in the end the referee's given the free kick. And you've got a feeling that Ross Gleed will fancy this, having scored in the first half. The big number 8 spots the ball down. Hoddesdon have got a 3-man wall in the way, which is now being joined by Scott Hayes to make it 4. So Gleed there, and Waller-Larson. It's going to be one or the other. You'd figure it'd be Gleed with the left foot, but it's going to be Waller-Larson with the right, and it's going to go high into the trees in Berkeley Park. So danger averted as far as the home side are concerned. Top of the table has Saffron Walden on top. Played 9, 23 points. Hashtag second played 8, 21. Hoddesdon played 7, 16. So a win here, of course, for the home side. Could put them within 2 points of Hashtag United with a game in hand. Long way to go, though. You've just joined us, 2-2. 2-1 up. Hoddesdon, well, in fact, they were 2-0 up in the first half. Hashtag have hit back twice. The most recent one coming 2 minutes into this half when Luke Wilson nipped the ball over the top of the stranded Aaron Bull. Ball forward by Jack Lee. Isaac before Jacobs with Singano. And before Jacobs in the end, it bounces off his foot and rather petulantly kicks out and brings Samraj Gill down. Gill goes forward. Ball has to come back, and I think Isaac's going to get himself a yellow card for his challenge. In fact, Aidan Critchley is the one who's being talked to by the referee. That's for the previous one. So Critchley goes into the referee's book. had a couple of bookings and one sin binning. Aidan Critchley and George Smith of either side. Luke Wilson was the man who ended up in the sin bin as Hoddesdon cleared the ball from inside the 6-yard box. And Mulligan, long ball forward. Isaac Maford-Jacobs in a foot race with Farai Singano. Singano gets there first. Referee saying it was a foul. As Singano goes down, and the referee is going to have a word with Big Isaac now. Looks like we could have another yellow card coming out here. Had to go for the ball, really. But referee, in fact, is going to keep his card in his pocket. And it's just going to be a talking to for Hoddesdon's number 9. 10 goals this season. Or he'd like to think he's got 11. Be interesting to see who claims that one in the first half that Jack Lee headed. It was virtually over the line when Isaac helped it on its way. But centre forwards will have anything they can as Ramthor gets robbed of the ball by Evans. Waller Larson, who's becoming an increasing presence in this second half, finds Biles on this near side. Waller Larson is far quicker to it and puts it in the back of the net. Jesse Waller Larson has put #United 3-2 up, and they've come from 2-0 down here at Lowfield with 2 goals inside the opening 12 minutes of the second half. And you've got to say, as Aaron Bull thumps the turf, Hoddesdon were slow to react. It was the 1-2 with Biles and Waller Larson, and then he thumped the ball into the back of the net. It's only his second game for them, and he's certainly making his presence felt. So it's Hoddesdon 2, #United 3 here. Was looking so good for the home side early on, but now they've got to chase the game as the former Spurs youth player, who was on the books of Bishop Stortford at one time, makes it 3-2. Jack Lee almost caught in possession, and they then do give the ball away to Harry Honesty. Honesty on the edge of the area, fires the shot in, but Bull will collect it quite comfortably, diving to his left-hand side. Well, whatever Jay Devereaux, the coach of #United, said at half-time, it certainly worked. Had a lot of the ball in the first half, didn't really have anything clear-cut in front of goal till that free kick went in. There's Cyrus Baby having a run on the right-hand side, but the goalkeeper Pittman comes out and collects it first. Mulligan and Evans helped on by Gleed on that far side to George Smith. The referee, though, has spotted an offside, and so Hoddesdon a chance to relieve the pressure. As they went in and must have been quite happy at half-time at 2-1. Well, it's all changed in the space of 10 second and a half minutes as the visitors have gone in front. Free kick to be taken by Jack Gibbs on that far side of the field. Another substitution is about to be made, and see who's going to go off and who's going to come on here. It's going to be Liam Mulligan who's going to go off, the number 10, and it's going to be Connor Scully who's going to come on. So Mulligan goes off, Scully comes on. Don't think that's going to change the mix too much. So I think Connor Scully will probably drop in at that number 10 hole where Liam Mulligan was. So Michael Elliott waiting patiently to take the free kick from inside his own half. Elliott with the right boot as the rain continues to fall here at Lowfield. Looks for Aaron Critchley. Critchley on this near side for Connor Bolton. Bolton loses his footing. Ball will break to Scott Hayes, though. Hayes going down that left-hand touchline. Hayes still going, tries to break through a couple of defenders, does. Looked to be held back, but the referee didn't agree with that opinion, and Gleed on that far side has brought in Harry Honesty, the former Haringey Borough player. Honesty into the centre, good defending by Jack Lee. George Smith was snipping around the edge of the 6-yard box, and Jack Lee did well, put the challenge in, and the #United will get themselves a corner. Luke Wilson, who was causing problems in the first half from set pieces, and did so, of course, at the beginning of this second half, having scored #United's second goal. Referee's waiting for a new ball to arrive, which on this near side. Connor Scully will come across and collect that and thump it out to that far side for Hashtag to take the corner. Jesse Waller-Larson will take that corner on the far side of the field. As I say, Wilson's come up from the back. Connor Scully, the only Hoddesdon player forward. Everybody else inside that 18-yard box. Here comes the corner. High one into the area. Good. A header out. A shot put back in. Oh, it's rolled in the back of the net. Wow. Somehow that rolled in the back of the net. Harry Honesty is the man that they're all going to. But when the corner came in, it was driven back in, took a wicked deflection. Aaron Ball could do nothing about it. And Hashtag United, from being 2-0 down, suddenly find themselves here at Lowfield 4-2 up. And we've only had 16 minutes of the second half. It's all gone horribly wrong as far as the home side are concerned. 3 goals in the opening 16 minutes of this half have turned this one absolutely on its head. Hashtag United lead here by 4 goals to 2 after Hoddesdon were 2-0 up. Still time though, 4-4 this time last week. I wonder if we're going to get an action replay. Connor Bolton on this near side leads it out. Touched by Sam Biles on this near side. Aidan Critchley, Connor Scully's first touch. Will give it to his number 3. Look for Isaac before Jacobs, but not on the same wavelength. Luke Wilson will clear to the far side. Jack Gibbs will collect it for Hoddesdon. George Smith puts him under pressure. Gibbs' ball finds Isaac before Jacobs. His layoff is a poor one, and Wilson just thumps it into the Hoddesdon half and away for a goal kick to the home side. Well, I just wonder what Simon Riddle's thinking over there. Side were 2 up. Everything looked good. They went in 2-1 at half-time. And then suddenly, we've still got almost half an hour of the match left, and they found themselves 4-2 behind. Chip ball forward on by Scott Hayes. Isaac before Jacobs. Finds Hayes again. Hayes' control lets him down, but in the end he managed to skip past Martin, get the ball off Gleed, and it goes out for a throw-in to Hoddesdon. Next goal, if it's not stating the obvious, is going to be huge in this game. Hoddesdon get it, it's game on. Hashtag get it, it's game over. It's on the far side. Cyrus Baby deflects the ball out into the dugout. And it's going to be a throw-in, which will be taken by Jack Martin. The left fullback wears number 3. Martin in front of a very pensive Hoddesdon dugout. And not surprised, really. Ball headed forward. And, everybody thought it was going out, but it didn't. Connor Scully turns, loses the ball. A crunching challenge going in from Gleed. But in the end, it's Aaron Ramthorpe who gets the free kick from the referee. He'll leave it to his skipper, Michael Elliott. It's been such a strange week for Hoddesdon. They've only conceded 1 goal in the league since that game against Tately on opening day before last Saturday. They've now conceded 8 at home. Football's such a strange game. As Isaac before Jacobs controls it, ball bounced it away, and Hoddesdon will get themselves a corner, far side. Bad news for another one of our local sides. St Margaret's Free led Sporting Bengal United 1-0 at half-time with a free kick from Ryan Reid. It's now 1-1. Those two teams shared plenty of goals as well in the Gordon Brasted Trophy recently, of course, 3-3 with the Berry going through 6-5 on penalties. You haven't missed anything because corner was taken by Connor Bolton on the far side, but the referee wanted a little bit of a word with Ricky Evans inside that penalty area. So Connor Bolton will spot the ball again to take the corner. Scully comes to the near post, ties it before Jacobs' header, but over the top of the crossbar. Did well to get contact with it on the near post, but couldn't keep it down. And in the end, it zipped over the top of that crossbar and away towards the cricket field. very victorious cricket field this season, of course, with Hoddesdon Cricket Club getting themselves promoted. And I'm hoping the football team might follow suit, but they've got work to do here. Trailing in this one by 4 goals to 2. As the ball lands on the halfway line. Pulled back by Elliott. Lobbed forward by Aaron Ramthor. I said before, Jacobs is there with the goalkeeper. No one knows where it is. Goalkeeper saves well. It's Connor Bolton. Let it bounce. Should have hit it as Critchley puts it into the area. And the chance would appear to have gone for Hoddesdon. Oh, well, why didn't Connor Bolton hit that? Because the goalkeeper was nowhere. And would have had a really good chance of bringing Hoddesdon back into the game. As it was, though, chance went begging. Elliott from inside his own half, long ball forward. Wilson gets his head to it. Hoddesdon will get a throw midway inside #United half. It's taken by Jack Gibbs, gets it back off Scott Hayes. Gibbs tries to go the other side of Harry Honesty, but can't do so. Ball ricochets out for a throw in to the own side. Connor Bolton picks it up. Bolton for Scott Hayes, but he's given the ball away. And the dangerous Waller Lassen will bring it. Still inside his own half. Chips it forward looking for George Smith, but been well read. And Jack Lee will bring it forward for Hoddesdon. Chips it. Look for the run of Connor Bolton. In fact, on a formation, it's Bolton who seems to have slipped into that central hole, which was vacated by Liam Mulligan, and Connor Scully playing more down this left-hand side as the ball goes out for a throw-in to the visitors here. Number 19, Sam Biles, another one who joined them fairly recently, will take it on this near sides of the field. Former Arsenal youth team player. If he puts it down the line, George Smith can't control it. And it's a throw-in to Hoddesdon. Aidan Critchley just have a little moan at the referee that George Smith lobbed the ball over the back of his head, but nothing too serious. Michael Elliott, the Hoddesdon captain, finds Jack Gibbs far side. Gibbs, though, has got a wall of yellow shirts in front of him. Has to go all the way back to Aaron Bull. Bull's long one forward. Cyrus Baby, I'll get on the end of it. Isaac before Jacobs is there. He's outnumbered, though, as Ricky Evans tries to find Gill on the halfway line, but the ball bounces off the number 7 and goes for a throw-in. Good footwork by Aaron Ramthor inside his own half. Pulls the ball back to Aaron Bull. Bull for Jack Lee. Lee looking up, trying to find something in front of him. But it's been a lot tighter defensively, I think, from #United in this second half than it was in the first. And certainly Jay Devereux's done his homework, and Hoddesdon not able to get their wide men into the game as much as they did in the opening 45 minutes. Sam Biles will take the throw-in on this near side of the field. Evans is there, but Hoddesdon sorted out. Scott Hayes has got it, finds Ramthor and put him under pressure because Gill was closing the space down. Aaron Ramthor did well in the end. Find Jack Lee, who finds Aidan Critchley on this near side, but Biles is in very quickly. Elliott away from George Smith, leads high up and under. Could be trouble inside the area. Elliott took a swing at it, missed it, but manages to get it second time. But Cyrus Baby's clearance lands at the feet of Waller Lassen. Waller Lassen to his left for Gleed. Gleed's ball for Harry Honesty. His first touch was poor. Hoddesdon will get it away. Wilson will let it up in the air inside the centre circle. Back on by Aaron Ramthor. And in the end, though, it's Waller Lassen who goes down. Referee says no free kick. Connor Bolton gets it for Ramthor. His ball to Critchley has got far too much on it and just goes out for a throw-in on this near side of the field. Sam Biles has been busy taking throw-ins on this near side of the field. 25 minutes, second half gone here. Hoddesdon have got themselves 20 minutes to find 2 goals and get themselves out of trouble. He led by 2 goals at one point in this game, but 4 from #United, 3 of them in the second half, have completely changed the face of non-league day here at Lowfield. Ball on this near side. #United got a throw in. The only problem with our commentary position is can't see that corner flag down there on the right hand side, so have to wait and see how play develops, and nobody keeps it too long within that corner side and out of sight. It's #United to get the ball back, but in the end it's tamely put into the area, and the Hoddesdon can clear. Looking for Isaac before Jacobs, but he's going to put Wilson under pressure, and in the end Isaac slid there with the defender. A couple of #supporters getting a little bit excited, but I don't know what you expect on a pitch like this. It's been raining here since last night. It's very skiddy on that surface. When you get 2 big fellas going for the ball, you get a predictable result. Free kick certainly wasn't where Luke Wilson wants to take it. It was probably at least 10 yards further back, but referee, in fact, is now noticing that one and saying, can you take it from a little bit further back? So while he does that, I can tell you latest scores we know with our local sides. Going well for Ware down on the south coast. Whitstable, on the Kent coast, should I say. Whitstable 1, Ware 2. Ware went behind. But who else but Oluwak and Sanya has scored both of the goals for Paul Hall's team. Break here as # are coming forward. Left-hand side with Harry Honesty. Look to find Smith. Good defending again by Jack Lee. Ball of Blake to Gleed. Thought about the shot. Curls a lovely ball in to Waller Lassen, but his control lets him down and the ball goes out for a goal kick. In the Essex Senior League, Sawbridgeworth trailed 1-0 against West Essex, and St Margaret's 1-1 at Sporting Bengal United. Ryan Reid with a real belter of a free kick for the Berry. As Aaron Bull will take the goal kick from the goal away to our left. Connor Scully can't get there, and Jack Gibbs will roll it back to his goalkeeper. Not a good kick, and in the end it wasn't held by Scott Hayes, setting up Harry Honesty, and good block by Jack Gibbs. Hoddesdon making life difficult for themselves, trying to get the ball clear. Harry Honesty will take the throw in. Talking of life difficult for themselves, it's going to be a tough time for Simon Riddle's team over the next couple of weeks. Hadley away next Saturday. Certainly not an easy game as George Smith fires in a shot, and Bull does well to save it. Couldn't have seen it too late, the goalkeeper, and here's Isaac before Jacobs on a run with the goalkeeper on the edge of the area. Pittman just about judged it right, came off the top of his head, but he needed to make some kind of contact and did. Otherwise Isaac would have had a clear run on goal, and in the end it's an offside decision. Hoddesdon's next couple of weeks, Hadley away and then Saffron Walden Town, who head the table here, so not going to be an easy run for the Lily Whites. It's going to be Luke Wilson who's going to take the free kick. Goalkeeper just looked to take a bit of a bang. Good news, Kyle Roberts has scored for St Margaret's. Prolific goal scorer. He's put them 2-1 up at Sporting Bengal United. So good news there. As Josh Lillis was wondering what was going on there in terms of things, but free kick's been given. We're just seeing the goal there from Conor Roberts. I'll tell you what, you want to watch that one as well on Twitter. If you're anywhere near Twitter at the end of this game at our commentary, look up St Margaret's and watch the 2 goals. 2 absolute crackers. I think Tony Wild and Ray will be very happy with that indeed. They lead there 2-1. Here Hoddesdon trail 4-2. Connor Scully's chip ball forward. Well, before Jacobs would have been offside, and in the end the ball goes out on that far side for Harry Honesty. Honesty is brought down by Scott Hayes, and I think Scott Hayes will get himself a yellow card for that. The Hoddesdon Town number 8. Honesty was away down that left hand side, and no real complaints about the yellow card for Scott Hayes. So free kick to be taken on that far side of the field. 4-2, Hashtag United lead here. Josh Gleed, who's made one and scored one, will take the free kick on that far side. Gleed, another high ball into the area. Wilson's there again and headed in by George Smith. Game over at Lowfields. Wilson, who's been a constant threat from dead ball situations. Free kick from Gleed. Wilson's knocked down, and there was George Smith to make it 5-2 here. And just as that goal went in, I think there's also been a goal in our FA Trophy game. It's double bad news in East Herts territory, because I do believe that Whitstable Town have equalised in the game against Ware in the FA Trophy. We'll give you a confirmation of that when we find it. But here at Lowfield, Hoddesdon Town 2, Hashtag United 5. A game that turned on its head in the second half. Hoddesdon led 2-1 at half-time. But it's been an absolute deluge of attacking from Hashtag United in this second half, which has seen them go in to a 5-2 advantage. And can tell you that goalkeeper Brandon Bullman's been shown a straight red card. That's in the game at Sawbridgeworth. So Sawboat down to 10 men and losing 1-0 against West Essex. Here, Hoddesdon want to keep it respectable at the moment as Waller Lesson goes down. And the referee gives another free kick to team, and it is indeed Whitstable 2, Ware 2. Tishan Jadama has equalised for the home side with 15 minutes left there. And we do believe if that goes to a replay, it will be on Tuesday night. And if it is on Tuesday night, we will be there, of course. Ware against Whitstable Town in the FA Trophy here in the Essex Senior League. Well, it's Hashtag United who are leading the way. They lead here by 5-2 after Hoddesdon had taken a 2-goal lead in this one. Let's not forget that. 39 minutes in, home side were 2 up, and the Hashtag have turned it on its head and could well be heading for the top of the Essex Senior League table tonight. As Aaron Ball restarts from the goal away to our right. Lillis, one of 3 second-half substitutes, can't collect the ball. And Aaron Ramthor will have it on halfway. Jack Lee will in fact take it. Finds Connor Scully. Jack Lee again moving forward. Lee puts the ball forward looking for Cyrus Baby, but once again the offside trap does its good. Hoddesdon don't fall into it, and Hashtag United have the ball back with their goalkeeper Tim Pittman. Pittman forward, helped on by Ross Gleed, finds George Smith. That goal is 9th of the season, by the way, as the ball drops to Samraj Gill, but in the end Hoddesdon should get it clear, and they do. Isaac before Jacobs' touch on the halfway line, it's far too precise, couldn't find Lillis, and Jack Gibbs will thump it forward on that far side onto the header Martin. Gleed's header forward for George Smith, who falls over under challenge from Jack Lee, and the ball's back with the goalkeeper Aaron Bull. Bull's ball on this near side for Connor Bolton, beaten to it by Sam Byers. And you do get the feeling, despite the fact we've got about 30 minutes left, we're playing out time here, so it's going to be something quite remarkable for the home side to get back into this one. Cyrus Baby on the far side. Jack Martin, the left fullback, manages to get the ball away from him and out for a throw-in to Hoddesdon Town. It's going to be a substitution going to be made here. Hashtag United going to make a change, and it's going to be the number 7, Samraj Gill, who is going to go off, and 16, Tashan Richmond, who will come on. So Samraj Gill, who's worked hard in the wide position for the visitors this afternoon, goes off, and Richmond comes on. Another big player, certainly. One of the biggest teams in the league, you would think, Hashtag United. And it's caught Hoddesdon out a couple of times, particularly at set play situations, where Luke Wilson has caused them all kinds of problems. Ramthor searches out Cyrus Baby, who's never really got in the game since coming on that far side. He's Josh Lillis. Here is Baby now with a chance to put the ball across. He does. He's Connor Bolton, the header. Should have done better. Free header and tamely put into Pittman's arms from around about 10 yards out. Didn't really show any conviction in going forward for it. Didn't get much power behind it. And the result was fairly predictable. Long kick forward. Critchley had to get there first, or Waller Lassen was right behind him. Aidan Critchley will chip the ball down the line. Lilly's having his shirt pulled. The referee spots exactly what we did and will give Hoddesdon a free kick. Free kick to be taken midway inside the Hashtag half. Ricky Evans just standing over the ball, preventing Connor Scully, should he have wanted to take a quick kick. But it's going to be Scully that will take the kick, number 14. It's the rain. It's a little bit heavier. Goes to the far post, but Pittman picks it up quite comfortably. Josh Lillis, half-hearted attempt at a penalty claim. Never really going to get much from that. So the weather's turned miserable, and for the locals it's been miserable this second half as well. Hashtag United leading 5-2 here at Lowfield in certainly what was the Essex Senior League's match of the day. Hashtag starting in second, Hoddesdon Town in sixth position. It's going to be Jack Gibbs who will restart the game with a free kick for Hoddesdon on that far side of the field. Pulls it to his left for Jack Lee, still inside his own half, and Lee's ball is a loose one. Critchley had come back into his own half, and in the end Lee hit it where nobody was. Dispirited stuff, and that's been the story, unfortunately, for the home side in their second half. They have quite literally had the stuffing knocked out of them by 4 second half goals by their opponents after they led 2-1 at the half time. Harry Honesty tries to pull the ball across the box, can't get there, and in the end Hoddesdon will get it clear. Long ball by Connor Ramthorpe, but that's sorted out. It goes out. Another substitution about to be made on that far side of the field. Hashtag United emptying the bench a little bit. It's the 19, Sam Biles, who is going to come off, and 14, Cabin Clark, who is going to come on. So Hashtag United, who were in action in midweek, of course, saving a few legs, as Captain Clark will come on. Their next game is in the FA Vars against Whittam, and then they're away against Takeley in the Essex Senior League, as Gleed wins the throw-in and sends George Smith going down the left-hand side. Jack Lee is the defender. Smith will put the ball back. Cross is going to come in to George Smith inside the area. Smith gets it on the right boot, but in the end a total miscue, and the Hoddesdon will bring it away. Connor Scully with it. Isaac before Jacobs makes the run, but Scully can't control the ball. Aaron Rumthor does in the end find the number 9. Before Jacobs does well, nips the ball away from the defender. Before Jacobs to the edge of the area. On the edge of that area, decent turn, good ball out on this near side. Connor Bolton's ball, but good defending by Singano. Bolton will get it back. Plays the ball back for Connor Ramthor. Back to Scott Hayes. Long ball forward. Looking for Jack Lee to come up from the back. Lee can't get to it. Connor Bolton fires the shot in, but in the end, fairly easily cleared. Ramthor will bring in Scott Hayes. Good bit of concerted pressure on the home side this. Jack Lee will have it inside the box. Goes down very, very tamely indeed, and allows Clark to clear quite comfortably down on this near side. Connor Scully will pick the ball up. Scully to the edge of the area, headed out by Wilson as far as Jack Gibbs. For once, Hashtag can't clear their lines. They will do now, though, as Gibbs gives the ball away to Harry Honesty. 4 against 3 for a minute. Honesty still going forward, but in the end, it all comes to nothing. Hoddesdon will collect the ball with Connor Bolton on this near side. Finds Scully on the halfway line, gets the ball back to Connor Bolton. Slow build-up play. Finds Scott Hayes. Lay off to Isaac before Jacobs, who's pulled down from behind by Wilson without a shadow of a doubt, and referee doesn't give anything. Well, Wilson, who'd been sin-binned in the first half, it'd been very interesting because referee would have really had a decision to make there. While as the ball breaks at the other end, Honesty's effort is blocked by Aidan Critchley. Isaac Whitfield Jacobs is still getting to his feet under that challenge from Wilson. Well, got to be said, you challenge the ball from behind, it's a free kick. And that's exactly what Luke Wilson did, and that's exactly what the referee ignored as corner to be taken. Far side of the field. Harry Honesty, another sub warming up on that far side, about to bring another one on as the corner will be taken on that far side by Jesse Waller-Lassen, who's certainly done as much as anybody to put Hashtag United into the position that they're in. Joshua Shure, I think, is the player who's about to come on. 2-0 now to West Essex against the 10 men Sawbridgeworth Town. So things going wrong. Had the goalkeeper sent off as well in that one. Really hoping that might have been the first points of the season, but doesn't look to be so. As Joshua Sude comes on, wearing the number 12. Corner to be taken on that far side. Cross to the far post. Down goes Wilson, and the referee points to the spot. Well, Josh Lillis said he was pulling my shirt. The referee said you were pulling his. And, well, Josh Lillis is going to get a card, and a Hashtag United going to add insult to injury here. At the close of this one, Lillis is going to get booked. And with 2 minutes of the half remaining, Hashtag United the chance to make it 6-2 from the penalty spot. There's no doubt Wilson has been a real problem for Hoddesdon all afternoon. He went up with Lillis. To me it was 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, but the referee pointed immediately to the spot, and Ross Gleed it is who's going to take the penalty for Hashtag United. Aaron Bull bouncing on his line, and he's going to have to pick the ball out of the back of the net. Ross Gleed scores his second of the game. It's Hoddesdon 2, Hashtag United 6. And I just can't help but to keep saying it, would you believe? Hoddesdon went in 2-1 up at half-time. 5 second-half goals for the visitors has made it a thoroughly miserable afternoon for the home side and their supporters. And just a few alarm bells, you've got to say, for Simon Riddle, because that's 10 goals they've conceded in their last 2 home games, having had such a good defensive record before. Well, that defensive record has counted for nothing this afternoon, as Hashtag United are on their way to top the Essex Senior League, and the Hoddesdon will have to build again before they go to Hadley this time next week. Jack Lee coming forward for the Lilywhites. Finds Josh Lillis. Lillis on this near side for Connor Bolton. Bolton's ball on the edge of the area is fairly easily dealt with though. And Sude is going down this right hand side with Aaron Critchley, shoulder to shoulder. Good challenge by Critchley, and in the end he wins the free kick for Hoddesdon Town. Well, as far as we know, it's going with the score lines as Bolton goes in, Gleed goes down. Should have had a booking for that from the referee because he got up smiling. It's on the far side. Martin picks the ball up, finds Waller-Lassen. Gibbs does well. Gibbs is brought down. Free kick to Hoddesdon. So as far as we're aware, in the FA Trophy, we're heading for a replay on Tuesday night because it's Whitstable Town 2, where 2 in the Essex Senior League, Sawbridgeworth Town down to 10 men, having had their goalkeepers send off, trail 2-0 against West Essex. But it is good news for St Margaret's-Bury, 2-1 up at Sporting Bengal United. Here we're playing out time as we're about to go into the last minute at Layfield with Hashtag United leading by 6-2. On this near side, Aidan Critchley will pick up the ball for Hoddesdon Town. Connor Bolton for Scully. Scully's got a chance to turn edge of the area. finds Bolton again on this left-hand side. Bolton's pulled down, and Hoddesdon will have themselves a free kick on this near side of the field as we enter into stoppage time at the end of a game which is, it hasn't seen it stop raining. Still raining at Lowfield. It's got to be said, as far as the groundsman goes, he's done a very good job. Pitch is held up very well. Connor Scully and Connor Bolton between them will conjure up who's going to take this free kick. In fact, it's going to be Scully with the left boot to the far post. That's a super save by Tim Pittman. Curling in at the far post, and Pittman got the hand to it and pushes it behind for a corner. Well, better days for you. Those go in when it's not your day. Goalkeeper produces a peach of a save, and that's what Tim Pittman did there for #United. Hoddesdon, chance for some consolation. Corner on the far side, which Connor Bolton, wearing the number 11 shirt, will take. Bolton right-footed, head to go up in the near post. That's gone behind for another corner. Or in fact, no, it's gone behind for a goal kick. Referee has a little bit of a look at his watch. And I think really for most of the home supporters and Hoddesdon Town players, I hope it goes a bit quickly, because I want to get out of this one. And on the road next week away to Hadley, as Tim Pittman will restart the game from the goal away to our left-hand side in front of the umbrellas. They've been persistent all afternoon. Pittman right-footed downfield. Up goes Jack Lee, wins their header well. So the ball a break to Waller Lassen on the halfway line. That's a lovely ball, far side for Harry Honesty. Looking for the run against Jack Gibbs. He's got round Gibbs, but Gibbs does well to recover, and in the end the referee gives a free kick by way of the home side. So that will be taken. In fact, you say the ball had gone out? No, it is going to be a free kick from where Aaron Bull is spotting the ball in the area. Had a couple of minutes over the top played here by our referee Charlie Roberts. As the ball breaks to Connor Scully, he tries from the halfway line to put the ball beyond the goalkeeper. And it's an interesting substitution. I think Football Web Pages might have got that wrong as far as the Ware game at Whitstable, that Ethan Gannon has replaced Joshua Williams. Well, Ethan Gannon's a goalkeeper unless something has happened to Callum Kitchker, in which case that could be bad news as far as we're concerned. We know that Callum had a little bit of a dodgy knee, so we'll see how that breaks. The only thing you can really wonder is if that is a replacement, but as soon as we find out, we'll see how that works out. Not a foul surely on Colin Bolton there, but the referee has decided he doesn't want to know. Clark's ball should be Jack Gibbs's, and is collected quite happily by Hoddesdon's right back. Cyrus Baby, far side of the field with the blue boots, looking to come forward. Baby chips it, looking for Josh Lillis, but Luke Wilson, who's been like a brick wall this afternoon, is in the way, and that's going to be the final action of the match here at Lowfield. Started so brightly for the home side. They were 2 up inside 39 minutes, but it was Josh Gleed's free kick 2 minutes from a half time that began to change the game. And in the second half, well, let's be frank, there was only one team in it. 5 second half goals from #United made the full-time score here at Lowfield. Hoddesdon down 2, #United 6.